Hello, this is KiwaniTalk. My name is Ray Scaboria. I'll be your host for this evening's program. KiwaniTalk is a public information program brought to you from the facilities of WDHS at Dearborn High School by members of the Dearborn Kiwanis Club and students that help us with the recording the shows. Today, we're very pleased to have as our guest two young gentlemen from the Circle K at the University of Dearborn, Hussein Chaaban and Sammy Jaber. Hussein, you're the president, and Sammy, what your title is a little, it's evolving.
The K-Fam liaison, just sort of in charge of being interconnected with all the other Circle Ks and our Kiwanis and our Key Club and all that.
Well, I know you gentlemen were actually inducted at our regular meeting, our regular Kiwanis meeting last night, and you had some guests from the Circle K in Ann Arbor, I believe. There was one young woman that was from there, is that right?
There was three, actually.
Oh, three.
Yeah,
three.
The president herself and her two co-members. Oakland University was also supposed to show up, but because of the flooding that recently happened, they couldn't show.
I hope your families didn't have a big problem.
Fortunately,
with water.
we're okay.
We were all right.
Okay. Well, what I'd actually like to do is I'd like to start. Let me start with you, Hussein. Give us a little of your own background up until entering U of M-Dearborn, and give us a little description of that.
Born and raised in Dearborn, so it's only natural that I went to school in Dearborn, high school in Dearborn, like Dearborn High itself, and then went to University of Michigan in Dearborn. It's all very local for me. This is actually my first year of college, and I want to look for a club that spoke to me, and one Circle K with community service and leadership programs. It really connected with me, so I decided to join that, and it was a perfect club for me.
Okay, that's great. And now, also, I understand you young men have known each other quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we started out, we started being friends in high school, but we actually went to the same middle and elementary school, so grades 0 through 12 we worked together, but really only in high school we started connecting and become friends, and then in college we're still here.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. You didn't tell me what you plan, Hussein, what you plan to major in, or what you're thinking of majoring in.
I'm currently going to be, my major is software engineering, and I'm minoring in business.
Okay.
Possibly management. I haven't determined that yet.
Okay. And how about you, Sammy? What is your major?
Well, as soon as I joined, I was a public health major for about a week, but quickly decided to change. Now I'm a biology major on the pre-med track. That's a little tentative right now, but I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going. Okay.
Well, pre-med, that's a long program, but yeah. Actually, I have a new doctor because the doctor's the doctor I had retired, and my doctor is just turned 30. That's young for a doctor,
30. That is very young.
Okay. And he's well, he went through Wayne State all the way through, apparently.
Yeah, they've got a good program.
And so that, I guess it's what, 3 or 4 or 5 years in the hospital. With what is it? Internship and residency and internship. Yeah. I think internship first and then residency. I don't know.
I'm still figuring that out too. So
yeah. But and that's a hard time, because it's long hours. You're the one that's not supposed to go home till everything's squared away.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now you've just gotten inducted into as the president, and you're sort of like a coordinator between the Circle K at U of M-Dearborn and other clubs.
They call me the liaison.
Now, what I'd like you to do is give me a little. Once you start, Hussein, give me a little description of some of your plans, how you hope to set up the year next year. And I know this may not be it may not all be down on paper, but you have ideas how you want to conduct the season or the year.
Currently, my biggest focus for my Circle K, or our Circle K, is to focus on traditions while using new methods. I want to like increase or double the size of our club, so we can have a bigger impact on our community and work more with like our Kiwanis and the high school key clubs. Currently, I just want to see the club grow, and I'm just developing paths on. Well, actually, we're all working together on these paths to.
Well, you know, I talked to you about this. If you guys want a pen to give out when you're trying to attract members, tell me enough time for me to get some for you, because I'll do it. And it's just a little, you know, it's just a little. Well, at least they can remember who you are if you put it on there.
Yeah.
You know who to call and so on.
I'm gonna hold you
know?
by that. I'm gonna hold you by that.
Yeah. Oh, that's no problem. But I have to have the info. I'll get you the order sheet. You know, and you can tell me what to put down. So in the fall, you have meetings at school, I believe, to attract members to the organizations. And I guess it's probably many organizations do that within the school.
It's a competition between the
Obviously.
organizations.
So if you want the club to grow, you have to kind of beat some of the other people out, you know.
We'll win though, don't worry.
I'm sure you will. Now, do you have any thoughts of how you would attract people to your club?
So, like one of my members came up to me and he discussed like methods on how to do this. He said, for granola bars, we'll get our information, our contact information, and we'll like tape them on, and we'll just start handing them out for free. And that way, people get a free snack, and they see our information on the granola bar, and they're just like, you know, I might come to this club.
Okay.
We've got to see if it works.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know, any company that's promoting their product, you know, they use all kinds of tricks, you know, but you got to get your name out there. You know, you can't sit back and, you know, just, you know, think people are going to look you up. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of go out after them, you know, and the more positive and the more, you know, it makes it. The more positive you are, the more fun it appears like it'll be to be a member of the club, you know.
I also might have like snacks at every meeting. Like the first 3 meetings, I might have like a pizza box or 2. You know, college kids get hungry.
Yeah.
Free pizza like attracts.
And especially the ones that travel, they might not have a chance to stop and get something to eat yet, you know. So, tell me about this at UM-Dearborn. Now, when I went to college, classes were mostly, say, 8 to 5. Okay. I mean, the earliest classes started at 8, and the last ones ended at 5. And sometimes there were classes Saturday morning. Is UM-Dearborn similar to that, or is that?
Things have changed. Usually, I've had labs go as late as 9 now, and I've never seen a Saturday class, but I've heard of a few. Mostly like Friday classes going late, but nothing crazy late. You know, it's still mostly the same. It's a little different though.
Well, there are probably quite a lot of students at UM-Dearborn that commute. Is that correct? I mean, I know there are you know, dorm facilities there, but only a relatively small percentage live in the dorms. Is that correct?
Yeah, a majority of the members in our club are commuters, so they take the time out of their day because they have to travel a lot. Yeah. They come to our club, and it's like it means a lot to us. Yeah.
When your club meets, where do you actually hold your meetings? What facility do you have access to have meetings?
So, University of Michigan gives us the 2nd floor on the university center. Like this is the center of the entire university. I want to change it. It's a very large open room, and anyone's allowed to enter, go in and out. But we may change it to like a small meeting room.
Yeah, is that the big building that's right off the parking lots in the front of? You know, we've been there. Actually, we were there for what was it?
The induction center. Yeah.
We were there for that dinner, I guess. Yeah,
it's on the same building, 2nd floor.
But upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a big building.
It's a big building.
Yeah. You have to meet somebody in front to tell you where to go. That's I'm sure that's the same thing when you first get over there to go to classes to try and find your way around initially.
It was a little intimidating when we first started in the fall.
Yeah. Now, if you're taking biology would have labs, would it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not the classes I'm taking right now. My next class is going to have a lab, but these ones have been mostly like lecture and such. And the classes that I haven't taken yet or will have labs, but most of the labs I've had are for chemistry so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know what chemistry is like. I had chemistry for, let's see, the first full year I went to Penn State. And the first full year, there were let's see, it was 3 lectures, 2 recitations. Those are full classes.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were 2 4-hour labs every week.
Each week?
Every week.
Was that for organic chemistry or regular chemistry?
No, it was the chemistry you'd start if you were a chemistry major. I was a physics major, but they wanted you to take chemistry first.
Man, that is a lot more intense than we have here.
That was a lot, and boy, it was almost like it was so much less class time after those courses were over. And I don't know do either of you young men have jobs?
Currently, my parents have told me just your job's to study.
Let's
make sure to get good grades.
Get your grades, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had jobs all through school. And it does affect your grades, I'll tell you.
I'm picking one up. I'm doing some guest classes in Ann Arbor over the spring and summer, so it'll be my first jobs that I'm picking up. Still trying to figure that out.
Okay, yeah. So now you said that you're doing that's a job. I mean, that's a paying job.
Yeah, I'll be working a paying job, probably something like a waiter or maybe a lifeguard.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But this is in the summer when you're not taking classes.
I will be taking guest classes, so
guest classes, okay.
4 credit over at Ann Arbor while I'm over there for the summer and spring.
Okay, yeah. They say the summer's a good time to take classes.
It is.
Sometimes they're a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say that. I don't know. There's more likely to be a few people there that just aren't putting the time in, and they always curve the courses off.
Oh, yeah.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, that's right. So next year, when do they actually have the meetings that you try and attract new members to the club?
This is usually to be determined. Like in the August, right before school starts.
Oh, it's actually before school starts.
Before school starts, we'll start talking about it. The campus lets us know when clubs can start arriving, and then we can start planning ahead of time.
Okay.
Usually what will happen is during orientation, they'll let all the kids coming in, all the new freshmen, incoming freshmen, they'll let them browse all the organizations and something. We're not sure if that's happening this year, so we're still trying to figure that out, but we're just going to be planning like early meetings because the first few weeks of classes in the fall for incoming freshmen is like you're trying to figure out like what you want to do. At least that was our experience, where it's like there's so many clubs and there's like so many different things, and you're just not sure what you want to do right away.
Yeah, and of course at the same time they're trying to figure out where their classes are, get there on time, and many of them, still the majority of the students are commuting.
Yeah. So
there's a lot going on for them till they get kind of organized, and I'm sure that takes a couple weeks, I would think.
Yeah, getting used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now you guys still live at home, is that correct? Mm-hmm. And how does that work for you? Have you found you can discipline yourself and get your study time in pretty well?
Yeah, most of the times I'll just head to the library if I really need to get something done, but it's harder at home, I tell you that much. Yeah. We live very close, thankfully, so it's not too much of a hassle to head on over to the library and then sit down for how many ever hours you need to.
Yeah. And how about you, Hussein?
My parents always needed like a helping hand because I got 2 younger siblings. They're about like teenage level, so dropping them off, taking them places, doing chores and all that. But
so that's
like
your job.
That's my job.
Yeah.
But it's just like it feels nice to help out.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can take away from studying, but it doesn't. It's not too bad.
So do you study on the campus also?
I study a lot on campus.
A lot on campus, because usually you have spaces between your classes. That's a good chance to go, you know, to the library or someplace where it's quiet and you can get some study in it. Okay, well, we're going to take a break now, and we'll be back with Hussein, Chaaban, and Sammy Jaber right after the break.
There's never been a better time in our history to be a member of Kiwanis. The impact that we can make is at an all-time high, but we need more members so that we can reach our potential. You can help and lead by example. Invite your family, friends, and coworkers to your club meetings and service projects. Tell them about our service leadership programs. Ask them if they want to improve the community. How can anyone say no? We need to step it up and focus on what needs to be done with our membership, because kids need Kiwanis today.
Hi, I'm Ray Scaboria, and I'm here with Hussein, Chaaban, and Sammy Jaber from the Circle K at University of Michigan, Dearborn. And we were talking over the break a little bit about some thoughts that you have about programs for next year beyond attracting new members. And I know that well, we always invite our associated clubs to have activities with us. Like, I mean, one's real basic. We participate in the Memorial Day Parade here in Dearborn, and the Key Clubbers and sometimes Circle K members have been participated with us. And of course, you guys can join us for any activity that you're able to. And Renee, who comes to not all your meetings, I suppose, but she'll be in touch with you regularly. She'll always make you aware of events that you can join us if you wish, if you're able to and wish. And of course, the advantage about those kind of events is that any number of members can come. You know, if it's 3 or 4 or 8, it doesn't really matter, because we can always use additional help at those events. And well, in the fall, for example, we sell peanuts to raise our funds. You know, and that's something that if some of you were able to, actually Alejandra did help with that last year, and that's pretty much a weekend event. Well, we do it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but you can participate on a weekend if some of you had the time to help us with peanut sales. You know, and it's amazing how much money we raise selling peanuts. And we have a lot of little jokes about that. We we have our leader in that program is the big goober, and then the helper is the little goober. You know, that's been going on for a long time. So you have the fundraising issue too for your club, do you not? Do you have any thoughts about that?
So over the summer, we want to do like a few more bake sales if we can, try to raise funds for our club. Our ultimate goal, and this is kind of like inspired by other clubs on campus, and I guess the Key Club, Annapolis Key Club, we want to have our own banquet. We want to have something a little more grand than like a little ceremony on campus. Sammy and I were discussing it earlier. We want to have something where we can give like donations to a charity of choice, but to do that, it's going to go a long way. A club on campus, ADA, like Kiwanis is like very familiar with them. You guys have a table there with them. They had a banquet at Biblos like a few months past.
Yeah, a number of us have been to that in the past. I think I missed it this year, but I had been to it at least twice, maybe even 3 times before that.
Amazing thing they do, amazing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I went to that was my first banquet with Circle K, and it just like kind of sparked a fire in me.
Yeah.
I wanted to, like, we're gonna push the club together, we're gonna do this banquet ourselves, and we're gonna have a grand one, and like really, like, I want it to be successful in a way that we can donate like a lot. Like, so it's gonna take a lot of effort, but it's something that all the e-board, Sammy and I, we're gonna work very hard for.
Our club, the Dearborn Kiwanis Club, sponsors both the two key clubs, the one at Edsel Ford and then the one down at Annapolis. And the Annapolis club had an event that they put on at the, I think it was the museum, what's it, the
Adonis?
no, Arabic Museum, the big museum right downtown.
The Arab American
Museum, yeah. And they raised quite a lot of money. And what it was, they had, it was like a fashion show, but people were wearing costumes from different cultures, different countries. I didn't go to it, but I was amazed at you know, how much money they were able to raise. And the young lady that was that was their president, she was a real promoter. You know? So you might interact with their club too, possibly.
They actually reached out to me after Alejandra retired from her presidential position.
Yeah.
She, Nadia, the president, she reached out to me. We set up a meeting. Nadia, her friend Alania, who's also like the governor for the key clubs, and Renee, our advisor. We had a meeting. We're starting to like discuss. We're in a group chat. And we talk about like what we're gonna do, where we're gonna hold it. There's been problems that are coming up in planning this, but seeing how hard they're working for it, like, really pushes you to work just as hard.
I'll tell you what, if Nadia's involved, I guarantee you're going to have a real motivator there. I was 100%. Really impressed with her, and she's not a senior. She's maybe a junior next year.
She graduates 2021, so I think she's becoming a junior next year.
Yeah. So she's going to be there for a couple of years. So there's a promoter. You can work with her, you know, because it's nice to have a Circle K work with a key club, because you know, people, young people in the high schools, you know, you're going to get a percentage of them at UM-Dearborn, so you might as well, you know, you can be mentors to them, you know, and but I was really impressed with her presentation at our club. She did a presentation. It was like professional, I thought, you know. Okay, so. Next fall, you're going to try and build the club up, see if you can double your membership. Now, you're in the area of what, 15 or 16 members somewhere now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this is also including like the current e-board. We have 7 members on our board.
Okay.
And like the whole process of getting the members is to get them to like charter, and charters doing like a service project, paying your dues, you know, working like together. That's when we consider you like an actual member. Yeah. Like previous years, we could only get like about 20 or so, 24. Our goal, we discussed this at our last meeting, is now like 40 charter members, which is no small feat.
No, I'm sure that's an effort. You know, our club, our Kiwanis club, we used to have almost over 90 members, and we're now down to about 42 or 3 or 4, and recently we merged with the Dearborn Heights Club, or they merged with us, which however you want to say it. That helped us a bit, but it's tough maintaining membership. You have to be aggressive, you know. So you got to get that information to me on the pins.
I'm going to pass them out like fire.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're pretty reasonable, and they're not going to cost the club anything.
Really?
No, not a cent. Not a cent.
I appreciate it.
So I kind of get a kick out of it. You know, you can give them to anyone, because it gets your name in front of people that wouldn't even know you existed before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I mentioned before, if we're doing like the granola bar, passing out these pens, college students always need a pen or two.
Yeah.
So I mean, a pen would be very helpful.
And you know, how many times does somebody say, oh, gee, I need a pen. You know, so if you have them with you, you can hand it out right away. You know. Now, what kind of activities do you think you could use to attract members? Now, I know you have that one meeting, okay, but you need to follow that up with events to bring the people that are interested to you, so you can actually get them to fill out their application and you know, commit to their dues and that sort of thing.
For members, a big deal is not only getting the members, but member retention. You could have like 90 people show up at your first meeting, but if you can't keep all of them, you're gonna only have like 10 left over, and those are the ones that were like already in your club. Yeah. I don't want to have meetings where we're just talking about like future events, but maybe if we have a meeting where you come in, you don't know what's going on, someone discusses what like service events we do, and while you're listening, you're also making a blanket, you know, how we do it for like Child's Hope. You're making the blanket and you're looking at the speaker talk about the future service events. It's something that gets you hands-on. It makes it a more memorable experience than the other clubs.
I think any project where people are, you know, they get directions, they have something to do that's manageable in a time frame. That's a positive, because people like to have accomplish something. And I know that motivates me, just having a project that I go from one to another. You know, I can't actually key on the second project until I finish the first one. That's just me. That's sort of a guy thing. Women can do a couple things at once.
So maybe I should have like the service events first, and then we start doing the blankets.
Could be.
Just for the guys.
Well, we're down to a minute, and so we're. Tell me what you see down the road. If say you next year goes all right, do you want to continue in the Circle K? Is it something you'd like to continue to be a member of while you're at UM-Dearborn?
I think my first year just pretty much cemented the idea that I'm going to be in Circle K for the rest of my college years.
Okay.
Whether it be like a higher position like president or just like a general body member.
Yeah. Well, a president can always help the next officer. How about you, Sammy?
Yeah, same thing really. I think Circle K is going to be part of my college career, and not just at UM-Dearborn. I'm trying to transfer to Ann Arbor, and they have a Circle K there, and I'm just as apt to join that, if anything.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on KiwaniTalk. It's really nice to have you, Sammy Jaber and Hussein Chaaban. Pardon me on the pronunciation, Hussein. And please join us on KiwaniTalk again soon.